What's going on? Hopefully, you guys are all having a good day, and we're gonna get started on a Venom painting. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. I already got the picture all picked out. I'm gonna spin you around here and show you my canvas. We're gonna get prepped, primed, and painted. So let's go. So here is my canvas. As you can see, it is an 18 by 24 canvas panel. So it's already got a smooth surface to it. It's only about that thin. But I'm going to go ahead and put some gesso and stuff on here just so my paint sticks really, really good to it. So let's continue. All right, step one is I'm going to use the gray primer. I'm just kind of mist over this. I'm using a gray just so it's not, like a darker color. It's more of a lighter color. I just like to use like an in-between of a white and a black. So this is gray, super cheap. So I'm just gonna give it a quick dusting, and then I'm gonna go in and then brush over it with some gesso. I'll probably use 2 or 3 coats. And the reason why I use the gray first, because the white gesso and the white canvas board, it'll be kind of hard to see where you left off and how many coats you did. So that's why I use the gray primer first, and then it'll make it a lot easier to go back over and then brush this stuff on. So hopefully that makes sense. Green Scotch Brite. I'm just gonna sand it down just to kind of smooth it. Okay, let's go give it a base coat. I'm just gonna use flat black, and I'll probably just do 2 or 3 coats of this. Just depends on if you have any white coming through. You just keep spraying until all of it's nice and even and it's black. So let's go on out to the garage and we'll spray. Okay, I want to show you another easy way. I've been showing you in the past on how to get your picture um, drawn up onto your canvas. So, with the transfer paper and then, using a TV screen and stuff like that. So here's another technique. This is a projector. I think I got it for like $130 or something like that. There's the brand name. I got it from Amazon. So I already got my picture loaded on my USB, and I will go ahead and pop the top off here. All right, so we used the projector to project the image on here, and then I just kind of traced around some of the outlines using a white Prismacolor pencil. So I am fairly comfortable with it looking like this. I didn't add a whole lot of details. I just wanted to pick out some of the highlights, especially like the teeth you know, in the eyes. This is like maybe 10 minutes worth, maybe less. If I were to draw it out in freehand, it would probably take me an hour and a half, maybe. This makes it really quick, and we can keep on moving along, so you don't have to be a perfect drawer to get something like this. You just get yourself a projector and just start winging it. All right, I got the airbrush all ready to go. Shall we begin? Use this white gel pen. I'm just gonna go over the teeth and kind of give it an outline. So that's gonna be the brightest area. And I'm just gonna start doing some of the harder parts right now, and it'll make it easier as I go along. So if I get the hard parts out the way, the rest of it will come easy. So I got his teeth all filled in with the white gel pen. So I think I'm gonna start here on his eye and just kind of do it slowly. So here we go. All right, we got most of the eye done. I will go back and use some black up here a little bit later. Just made it really simple. So all I did is just push down on the airbrush, kind of pull back on paint, and just kind of let the air keep going. So I didn't stop and let off and stop and let off. I just kind of did this. Just did a variety of squiggly lines. So all it is just kind of like this. And that gives you a texture look to it. So now I'm just going to do an outline on his head up here, just kind of get some highlights and stuff like that built up. All right, I'm gonna go back to the teeth here. I think this is gonna be one of the hardest areas to do just because they got really crisp, clean edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and use me a little stencil here that I cut out. I've had this for a really long time. So instead of doing it freehand and getting some overspray, I can kind of separate the teeth. It'll make it look a lot better and a lot cleaner, and it'll give it some more 3D effect to it. So here we go. Let's do a little bit of a recap. I got some of the teeth here. I'm probably about 50% done with the teeth. I still have some of the ones that are in the background that I haven't even touched yet. It is pretty time consuming because you are using a stencil just to keep your overspray from going outside of the line. So by using the stencil, it does take a little bit of time and patience. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump up on the top and then start working up there. I don't like to work in a spot for too long. I like to kind of freshen up, you know, and get myself out of an area into a newer area, just to get some new scenery, you know, kind of painted, just so I'm not working on one total spot the whole time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start working up in this area here. Let's roll. Alright everybody, I'm going to show you how I got this little smoke effect up here. It's fairly simple. All you do is just kind of take the airbrush, kind of move in a little bit, just kind of fog it over, give it some zigzaggies in here. Same thing with up here, and then just kind of move the airbrush back and just kind of blend it out. And then that'll kind of give you the smoke effects. And then I use also my stencil, as you saw, just because I want to keep a really nice hard edge on this, because I want this to be really clear and then the background to be kind of fuzzy. So I don't want them to be, mixed together. But yeah, it's looking pretty killer, and I've only been just using the white, either the white gel pen and the white paint. So when I come back, I'm going to get me some water real quick, jump down here onto the tongue, just because there's a lot of detail in the tongue and I kind of want to get it knocked out. But there's probably more detail in the tongue than there is through this whole entire piece. So yeah, I want to get ahead and get chopping on this. So I like to move around, so hopefully you guys are okay with that. But yeah, I will come back and then we will continue. So let's keep going. So I'm back. I got my water. I'm all rehydrated, ready to rumble some more on this thing. But I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a motivation talk. I know there is quite a few new people that are on my channel that are newer to airbrushing, and I just say don't give up. It is definitely hard at first. So just keep on chugging through. You don't learn this stuff overnight. I've been painting for a couple years now, but don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You just do what you can do the best you can, and then as long as you're having fun, that is all that matters. I like to paint with music on. I throw some music on and I just let it go. I don't worry about anything. I don't think about anything. I just look at my picture, I got my airbrush in my hand, I got my reference picture over here on my TV, and I just wing it. So just chill and be cool and have fun, because that's the most important thing, is having fun. If you're not having fun, then you know what, why paint, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely liking where this is going. Completely 110% happy. I will be even more happier when I get down here and I get some of the tongue all chopped away. But I ain't sweating it, If I screw it up, then I can always come back, and refix some things. So, maybe you guys like that. Maybe you guys want me to screw up so I can come back in and fix it. But I don't know. Fingers crossed that I don't. I know the Grim Reaper, I kind of screwed that one up a little bit. But you know what? It's all good, because I can always fix something. And, just like you guys. If you guys think that you guys are messing up on something, then, chances are you're not. You can always come back and reverse it and fix it. But yeah, let's continue on this, and let's get down here on the nasty tongue. But let's have fun. Let's roll and let's go have fun. All right, I'm gonna go in and brighten up some highlights with the gel pen. Well, the tongue is looking really, really good. I will be going back in with some of the black and kind of toning some of this down, kind of getting a shadow. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is do just a little bit right here, and then I'm going to call it a night. So I did get quite a bit done today, so I'm pretty happy. We will paint a little bit more here, and then I am off. I am done for today. So let's see if we can roll out another half an hour or so. Well, hello. So I'm going to be going on a 3-day vacation. I will be taking my Venom painting and working on it maybe like an hour or an hour and a half. All I'm going to be doing is just doing the gel pen. Other than that, I'm going to be out there on the water having a lot of fun. So if you don't like water and you don't like boats, feel free to skip ahead. It won't hurt my feelings at all. Everybody's got their own interest. But I'm gonna try my absolute best to get some really cool video. There's just no guarantees, and I'm no, professional video taker or, picture taker. But I'm just gonna try my best. That's all I can do, and I love doing this and having fun. But I will stop talking, and I'm gonna get packed up and hit the road. So let's roll. All right, everybody, I am back from vacation and I had a lot of fun. Try to finish the Venom painting. I just got these in the mail. These are the white gel pens I've been using. So since I'm back, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna clean out my airbrush, make sure there's no paint in there, anything like that. So I'll take this completely apart. But I do want to show you. This is how I get rid of paint bubbles. If you're having any kind of bubbles in the cup, I use Teflon tape and I use beeswax. This right here will seal up the tip, and it'll give you a nice clean steady paint line, and you won't have no issues with it. So here we go. Alrighty, I got the airbrush all cleaned out, got the tip sealed back up, and before I add my paint, I want to put a couple drops of water in there, and then make sure that there's no air bubbles coming up. There probably won't be, but if there is, then I can always dump out the water or spray out the water, and I can reseal my tip back up. It's a lot easier to dump out the water than it is to dump out paint. If you start putting a bunch of paint in there and then you find out you got bubbles coming up, then you end up having to drain the paint out, wasting the paint, and you'll end up having to kind of clean it out a little bit. So it's a lot easier using the water. That's just me, and that's just how I do it. So everybody's different. So let's keep going. All right, good to go. So last night I didn't film any of this, but I brightened up his teeth with the gel pen on the top row, and I did a lot on the bottom row. I still got to go back in there and work a little bit more, but I know that I need to brighten his eye up a little bit more with the white, so I will be brightening that up here. I will be going in with the gel pen and making some more highlights on here on the gums. There was a couple areas up here that I'll be brightening up. Same thing with his head up here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on in and start using the gel pen, get some more of these highlights knocked out, and then we're going to get back onto the airbrush. Woo! It is looking really, really good. I'm completely happy of the way it's coming out, but I'm not finished. So I am going to be making a part 2 on this, and then that will be the finished version of this painting. I do have some candies that I went out and I bought. Sorry for the squeaky chair. I do have a blue, I do have a red, and I have a purple. So I might be doing some candy and seeing what that looks like. Hopefully that'll be a lot more cooler than just having it black and white. I know I do a lot of black and white, but I think it would be cool to just do some color on this one. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys want candy, I'll add it in there. If not, then we'll just go with black and white. But I will be finishing this in part 2, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finalize the first video and make sure it all looks good before I download it and then I upload it. And I want to show you my paint that I use, my reducer that I use, and my mix ratio between the white and the black. And I want to show you the PSI. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a little chart. So here is that. So this is what I got so far. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. So this is what you're going to be looking at when I come back with part 2. And we're going to be doing quite a bit because I have a lot more on the tongue. I didn't even get any of the black that I wanted to add in on the tongue. There is still black that I need to put up here. Basically, there's a lot of black that I need to put in random places. And I need to go back in and fill up some more of the white. I need to kind of brighten up some areas. Stuff that's not finished, like the background tooth here. Rawr, 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 Not ready, are you? Venom, let me ask you one question here. Why do you like eating people? Well, folks, you heard it. He has nothing to say. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I had a lot of fun, especially painting this and then doing the video editing. I had super fun. I had a total blast. I will be psyched to finish this and maybe put some color on here and have it on part 2. So yeah, the end result should be mighty fine. But right now, it's looking promising. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching. So glad to have you here. And hopefully you guys still have a super duper wonderful day. And adios.